Right now, we're heading in two separate directions, and I'm going to be miserable if I don't speak out. Yes, you believe that the drama and love in hip-hop has finally died down, but you're not ready for what's going to happen because this controversy will destroy the franchise. Mendeecees has dropped a bombshell, by which I mean nuclear-level devastation. There are rumors of a secret affair between Kirk Frost and Kendra Robinson. Honey, guess who's spilling the beans? Receipts aren't just messy, they may ruin your career. He's not holding back when it comes to Meso himself. Let's face it, Kirk has been moving shady for years. With his money scandals, side babies, and adultery, this man essentially wrote the rulebook for betrayal on reality TV. But Kendra Jock's wife, well, this is a whole new level of messy. And the way I discovered it, let's say that the texts were not deleted. But now for the shocking bit. Kendra may not be the only one in the industry. Yes, this issue is more convoluted than you may have thought. And after what I just disclosed, you will need to take a seat and listen carefully because things are going to become unpleasant. Oh, you believe that love's drama had finally died down, but you were mistaken. You're not ready for what's going to happen, I assure you, and this controversy will blow the franchise's roof off. Devastation. There are rumors of a secret affair between Kirk Frost and Kendra Robinson. It's not only messy, honey. The receipts show it's the end of their career, and guess who's spilling the beans? He's not holding back, and it's me. Whether it's the money scandals, the side babies, or the adultery, Kirk has been pushing shady for years. In fact, he essentially wrote the manual on betrayal on reality TV. However, the way M found out about Kendra Jock's wife, well, this is a whole new level of messy. Let's go back a bit since this drama didn't happen all at once. It started with the most recent Love and Hip Hop reunion tape, and believe me, things were already tumultuous before this shocking revelation. The fact that Kendra might not be the only one engaged is the element that will rock the industry as a whole. You're going to have to sit down for this one, sweetie, after hearing what Mendeecees just disclosed. This scandal is more complicated than you may have imagined. According to sources who were dropped close to production, friction existed from the beginning. Since Kirk and Rashida had been presenting a united front for months, their separate arrivals sparked suspicion. Juke and Kendra arrived, but there was a lack of vitality. Juke was abnormally silent, and Kendra's body language, let's say, was screaming guilt. However, several sources claimed that Mendeecees' arrival marked the start of the true drama. For weeks, he had concealed this information. When he went up to Kirk, leaned in, and said, "We need to talk," the camera started rolling, ending his plan to keep quiet. As it turns out, Mendeecees had gotten hold of some incredibly sensitive messages. I mean, career-ending serious, that weren't simply casual texts between friends. No, they were explicit, and worse, they were between Kirk and Kendra. Kirk has a history of questionable behavior, as you all know. Remember how he cheated on Rashida with Jasmine and had a full baby in the end? The affair between Kirk and Kendra has been going on for over 6 months, according to people familiar with the situation. The receipts, which are actually screenshots of late-night texts, Cash App payments, and even a few hotel reservations, demonstrate that Kirk wasn't exactly being discreet when the moment that really blew everything up happened later that night after the reunion taping was completed. According to sources, I waited until the camera stopped rolling in order to. Kirk reportedly turned pale when Mendeecees showed him the receipts on his phone. He attempted to downplay it by claiming that there had been a misunderstanding. But no one is buying that, honey. When Mendeecees asked Kendra if this was true, she felt equally guilty. She simply began to cry without even attempting to deny it. But because Mendeecees wasn't present, things became considerably worse from here. He supposedly called Jock that same evening after everything had occurred and told him everything. According to insiders, Jock became so enraged that he went into a hotel instead of staying at the house he shared with Kendra. Jock went straight to production the next morning and insisted that Kendra be removed from the show. The producers didn't stop there, though. Additionally, Kirk was prohibited from filming, which is basically hip-hop and love code for weird. Instead of screaming or crying when she found out about the affair, CIS packed her bags and departed since she is an expert at managing Kirk's trash. Rashida is reportedly preparing to take everything with her when she files for divorce, and she called her attorney the very following morning, according to insiders. Rashida was almost out the door when I was ready to fire her and you. Kirk may have helped build it, but Rashida is the one who started it from the bottom up because she owns most of their companies, including the press boutique, Frost Bistro, and the real estate empire. Rashida is in complete control now that Kirk has been exposed for having an affair with Kendra. But hold on. While Kirk is out there trying to keep his marriage intact, Kendra, sis, is already acting on her initiative, supposedly employing an attorney. And there are rumors that she plans to ask Jock for alimony and spousal support. Jock isn't going to back down, honey. This isn't just a split. It's going to turn into a full-fledged legal battle. Insiders indicate that Jock intends to sue Kendra for public humiliation and emotional pain. If that happens, hip-hop CIS would lose half of its assets, and Kendra might lose more than just her reputation. However, here is the section that will actually. You'll be shocked to learn that Kendra was having an affair with someone apart from Kirk. You know, there are allegations that Kendra had a boyfriend, and guess who that person is related to? Yes, you read correctly. There may be more chaos involved in this whole affair than first appears. According to sources, the producers of Love and Hip Hop are already preparing to fire Kirk. So if what I'm hearing is true, the issue is likely to spiral out of hand and the consequences will happen soon. There appears to be a video of Kirk and Kendra together, and if it leaks, it's over. But believe me, this isn't finished yet. This is the bit that will throw the internet into a complete frenzy. Since what's going to happen is far worse than you would imagine, let's go on to how this fallout is going to destroy Kirk and Kendra's careers. Remain, Jock and Kendra from the upcoming season are already preparing their revenge, and Rashida CIS is set to leave with the largest divorce settlement in the history of Love and Hip Hop. We're going to see the consequences in real time, and let me tell you that things don't seem good for Kirk, Kendra, or Jock because Mendeecees' attempts to repair the damage after revealing Kirk and Kendra's covert romance have been appalling. Jock is out for nothing, Kendra is in a panic, and Kirk is spinning. Things are going to become real in part 2, so stay tuned. You thought the drama was finished, but you're mistaken, sweetie. According to what I've heard, the producers of Hip Hop and Love are already preparing to make some big cuts. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, but let me tell you what's been going on behind the scenes since M delivered that bombshell. By cuts, I mean Kirk and Kendra will be dismissed, but their behavior has been clumsy and desperate and will cost them everything. Since Kirk is currently in a really bad attitude following the reunion catastrophe, let's start with him. Control Mode insiders claim that Kirk was continuously calling Rushy, leaving voicemails, sending SMS, and even unexpectedly showing up at her residence. But Rashida, my dear sister, would not have it. Sources claim that the day following the reunion, Rashida blocked Kirk's phone number. But Kirk wasn't going to give up easily since you don't let your marriage end without a struggle. Kirk reportedly went directly to VH1XX and begged them to intervene. He reportedly informed them that if they. Insiders claimed that after years of cheating scandals, dubious business transactions, and continuous drama with Rashida, the management had already determined that Kirk was turning into a problem. Kirk's disclosure of the network's dark truths led to his termination. In other words, Kirk was basically threatening to expose all of Love and Hop's covered producer deals, contrived stories, staged fights, and behind-the-scenes drama. Completed cleaning up his mess, and Kirk swiftly shifted the topic after seeing his threats weren't working. Sources claimed that Kirk tried to place the blame on Kendra, telling producers that she had been the one who had been after him and that he was merely trying to help her through her difficult marriage to Jockey. It seems that the leaked texts between Kirk and Kendra are bad. We're talking about sexual communications, money transfers, and even hotel receipts. But the receipts don't lie, even though this man really tried to play the victim, proving that Kirk was having an affair and wasn't being helpful. But Jock lost it when he found out that Kirk was trying to place the blame on Kendra. People with knowledge of the situation say that Jock came up at Kirk and Rashida's restaurant, Frost Butte, and insisted on talking to Kirk. When Kirk tried to fire him, Jock lost his temper. According to witnesses, Jock stood up in the center of the restaurant and started shouting at Kirk in front of the customers. When Kirk attempted to reassure him, the staff Jock reportedly said, "You betrayed me. You betrayed Rashida. You betrayed this whole family. You think I'm going to let you walk away from this?" The Jock reportedly threatened to ensure that Kirk would never work in Atlanta again, which isn't a meaningless threat considering Jock's industry connections. This is where things got really sticky, so I wasn't even trying to deny it anymore, Kendra. Oh sis. Kendra arrived at Rashida's residence without an invitation when she failed to reply. Rashida wasn't going to entertain it. As you are fully aware, we don't have anything to talk about, Rashida reportedly replied as she opened the door and spotted Kendra standing there before shutting it in her face. But Kendra didn't finish there. Kendra allegedly emailed Rashida later that evening saying, "I didn't plan for this to happen, but you meant every word you said to him. Don't play innocent now." But she struck her with the old ultimate retort. The catch is that, according to some very reliable sources, Kendra has been handling some of Kirk and Rashida's business affairs behind the scenes. And if Rashida decides to take the case to court, Kendra might be pulled into an entirely different fraud investigation. Yes, you read correctly. Money is also involved in this scandal. Kirk is accused of moving money from Frost Bistro and their joint real estate investments into a private account, and Kendra OCIS was responsible for that account. I'm not saying that Kendra was getting a cut of the profits, but I am saying that the IRS is already looking into it. And if Kirk is found guilty of financial fraud, Kendra might also be charged with a crime. What's even more shocking is that Kendra isn't just worried about Jock or Russ anymore. It seems like Mies isn't done talking yet. The sources say that Mies has been keeping some more receipts, and if he releases them, then this situation could go. Yundi might turn this into a full-fledged love and hop feud if it turns out that Kirk was also having an affair with someone close to her. Additionally, keep in mind that Yandy and E had a messy past together, so if Yandy finds out that Kirk was having an affair with someone from her circle, well, things will get ugly. Rumor has it that Kirk was not just having an affair with Kendra, and that the other woman, who is linked to another major love and hip-hop star, has proven that Kirk was having an affair with someone close to Yundi. According to sources, Kirk has been talking to his lawyer about the possibility of issuing a stop to stop the footage from being used. Jock has been in talks with the producers of Love and Hip Hop about filming a sit-down with Kendra and Kirk. If Jock is successful in confronting them on camera, that episode will be the most traded in Love and Hip Hop history. The fallout is just getting started though, as there are rumors that Jock has already filed for legal separation from Kendra, which could cost her half of his assets. Rashida, on the other hand, is willing to leave Kirk with his entire empire, including the press boutique, the real estate empire, and Frost Fastro. Nevertheless, the producers aren't giving up because, in the end, love and lives on drama, and this scandal is the biggest one they've had in years. Gone and Kirk go. He's not going down without a fight. But let me tell you something, this isn't over yet because, from what I've heard, the video of Kirk and Kendra will be released. If that happens, baby Kirk's career won't just end. His entire life will burn to the ground, and you won't be ready for what's coming next. Oh, you thought this drama was over, but this is Love and Hop, so hang on tight because part 3 is where it gets real. Kirk is in danger of losing everything, including his marriage, his business, and possibly even his freedom. The scandal is out, and the fallout is coming fast and furious. Kendra and Jock are engaged in a full-fledged legal battle, and Rashida, oh sis, is already planning her next big move. I know Kirk won't like it, but the part that has everyone talking is that video of Kirk and Kendra is out there, and from what I've heard, it will surface any moment now. If that happens, baby Kirk's reputation won't just be, is about to fall apart. But first, allow me to explain how the fallout from this scandal is already destroying Kirk, Kendra, and Jock's entire empire. Trust me, the damage is much worse than anyone could have imagined. First, after I came clean about Kirk and Kendra's affair, Kirk's marriage to Rashida is officially over, and she didn't waste any time in filing for divorce. In fact, she was at her lawyer's office the next morning with a folder full of evidence. In addition to her hurt feelings, she is taking half of Kirk's business empire because, despite Kirk's belief that he is the mastermind behind their business empire, Rashida actually has the keys to everything. For instance, her name appears on the lease for the Press Boutique, Frost Bistro, and Rashida's baby. Kirk may have contributed some money, but Rashida is the face of that brand and the real estate investments. Oh honey, Rashida has been handling those contracts since day one, so when filed those divorce papers, Kirk knew exactly what was going to happen, and according to people familiar with the case, things are not looking good for him. Kirk could have to give Rashida 50% of their company, Empire, if his lawyers claim that he misappropriated joint business funds to hide his affair with Kendra is successful in court, according to sources close to the case. Kirk, he's not handling it well. It seems that Kirk tried to get in touch with Rashida after she filed for divorce, but CIS isn't returning his calls. Insiders say that Kirk came to their house last week and begged Rashida to give him another chance, but Rashida quickly shut it down. When Rashida opened the door, witnesses say she looked Kirk in the eyes and said, "Why should I care now? You didn't care about me when you were sneaking around with Kendra," before slamming the door in his face. But let me tell you, it was not a friendly exchange, so Kirk is losing not just Rashida but also his career. Insiders claim that Kirk agreed to leave Love and Hip Hop, which is basically reality TV. Code for you're laid off, but we're letting you save face. However, Kirk's real motivation for leaving was to prevent a larger scandal because, guess what? The IRS knew about the private account Kirk was using to transfer funds to Kendra. Apparently, the IRS discovered this when Rashida filed for bankruptcy. Now that the IRS is involved, Kirk may be charged with tax fraud and financial misappropriation, but it gets worse because Jockey isn't letting the affair go public. Her legal team provided the IRS with financial records, and honey, the numbers don't add up. Kirk transferred more than $250,000 from their business accounts to Kendra's private account, some of which were labeled as business expenses. According to people familiar with the situation, Jock has officially filed for legal separation from Kendra, and his lawyer plans to sue Kendra for emotional damages and spousal support. Yes, you read correctly. Kendra might end up paying Jock after everything, but Jock is as well after Kirk. Jock is considering suing Kirk for emotional distress and breach of trust, and if that lawsuit is successful, Kirk might owe Jock millions. According to some very close insiders, Kendra was having an affair with someone apart from Kirk because Mrs. has more seats. From what I understand, Kendra was also allegedly having an affair with Yandy's cousin. Yes, you heard correctly, and if it turns out, Yandy will lose it because, as you know, she doesn't play around with her family. If Yandy finds out that Kendra was having an affair with someone from her bloodline, well, that's it. Oh, he's just sitting back waiting for the right moment to drop those receipts. But let's go back to that video because the streets are talking. And based on what I've heard, the video of Kirk and Kendra together is real. The person said, and it's not just a casual conversation. Oh no, this video purports to show Kirk and Kendra, and let's just say that they weren't discussing business. The part that has everyone in stitches is that VH1 allegedly already has the video, and if they choose to air it on the upcoming season of Love and Hip Poppy, Kirk's career isn't just over. His entire life is about to be destroyed. The video is linked to Jock, which makes sense because Jock won't let Kirk get away with this without consequences. If it is released, it will ruin Kirk's marriage to Rashida, which is, in all honesty, already over, as well as any chance he has of reviving his career. You can be sure that this story isn't finished yet because, once Kirk leaves the picture, Rashida intends to relaunch Press Boutique as a solo brand. And, based on what I've heard, she's already in negotiations with major investors to expand the brand nationally. Meanwhile, Kendra is about to lose everything, and Rashida is about to become the next big business mogul. Thinking of revealing another bombshell about Kirk, and if that happens, oh honey, this will officially become the biggest scandal in the history of hip-hop and love. So watch what happens next, because you're not ready for this one. What do you think? Will Kirk Frost pull a last-minute prank to try to save himself? Or will she try to make amends one last time? Or will she finally walk away from Kirk and take everything he's worked for? How much do you think Kirk will lose if Jock takes him to court? Given the current state of affairs, Kirk may be on the verge of financial ruin. And let's not forget about me. Do you think he's really finished exposing Kirk and Kendra? Or is he holding on to more receipts that could expose the entire situation? If Yandy gets involved, it would be disastrous. As for Kendra, do you think that if that video of her and Kirk actually goes viral, Jock will love her? Or will this end in a messy public divorce? Remember to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and enable notifications because, let's face it, this scandal is far from over. If that video comes out, you already know I'll be here with the exclusive breakdown, and I promise you won't want to miss it. Until the next time, stay messy, stay tuned, and remember, I know you have some opinions about this, so please share your thoughts in the comments section. Truth always comes to light.